Hi friends. Please subscribe to Top 10 World. Today video is Jean Arnault, scion of LVMH, on watchmaking's Gen Z appeal. The youngest son of Bernard Arnault has a new role at Louis Vuitton watches. Last summer, 23-year-old Jean Arnault, the youngest scion of the LVMH dynasty, joined Louis Vuitton's watchmaking division as director of marketing and development. Of course, Louis Vuitton does not have anything that even remotely resembles a backwater, but if it did, the watchmaking division would be a candidate. Launched in 2003 and now located in a factory near Geneva airport, it seems distant from the glamour of the Vuitton of runway shows and celebrity creatives. We meet at La Fabrique du Temps, Louis Vuitton's 8-year-old watch factory in the suburb of Meyrin. An Art Deco-inspired staircase spirals through a soaring triple-height lobby to reach a boardroom, furnished like a ritzy show flat, with 3 glass walls revealing a backdrop of snow-capped mountains and azure skies. Handsome in a floppy-haired, welcome-smiled way, Arnault looks as though he has stepped out of a catalog shoot for another LVMH brand, Loro Piana, wearing a white cashmere cable-knit zip-fronted pullover, slim blue trousers and a pair of navy suede open walk, the official casual footwear of the understated yacht to jet set. Born and raised in Paris, he has master's degrees in mechanical engineering from Imperial College London and financial mathematics from MIT. After 12 years of refinement of our patented spin time, we decided to venture toward unprecedented technical challenges, explains Arnault. His relaxed demeanor contrasts with the marketing material's rather stuffy description of the newest version of Vuitton's Tambour watch, Tambour Spin Time Air Quantum, which launches today. The Quantum is not only a formidable horological feat, it is a unique and disruptive complicated hybrid watch that combines the best of the mechanical and electronic worlds at the service of both legibility and design. Rather more interesting than this arid statement might suggest, the spin time indicates the time through a system of revolving cubes. The unique and disruptive complicated hybrid part is that, at a push of a button, it lights up. Arnault concedes that it is not the first time the world has seen a light-up watch. This technology exists, but it doesn't exist in this way. It's a completely mechanical movement with an electric module attached to it, without it changing either the design or the thickness of the case. It's much more complicated to make a connected watch or a watch with an electric module than a simple mechanical watch. The core concept was initiated in 1675 by Christian Huygens and has been perfected for 3.5 centuries, he says of the introduction of the balance spring that first enabled pocket watches to function with tolerable precision. Patriotism forces me to point out that Huygens' British contemporary Robert Hooke has a slightly stronger claim to have been first to develop the balance spring, but it is an answer that reveals much about Arnault and his hopes for the watch industry. A child of his time, I am just on the border between millennial and Gen Z, he has no experience of a world before the iPhone and social media. This smartphone-addicted, potentially post-wristwatch generation has been of concern to the traditional watch industry, which was almost wiped out by electronic watches in the 1970s and 1980s. However, if Arnault is to be believed, the industry can relax a little. We as a generation have grown up around computers and electronic devices. When the new iPhone or other new piece of technology comes out, for us it's a tool, we are not impressed by the technology behind it. But what I love about a mechanical watch is the fact that it brings you back to something that is purely mechanical. It is like jewelry, people are passionate about it because of design and rarity. It's the same with watches. The more connected devices get into our day-to-day, the more you want something purely mechanical that is inert, but still lives in a way. It's notable that his older siblings from his father's second marriage, Jean's mother is Bernard Arnault's wife Hélène Mercier, a concert pianist, also work in the watches and jewelry sector. Alexander, 29, works at Tiffany, and Frederick, 27, runs historic Swiss chronograph maker Tag Heuer. He credits Frederick with awakening his interest in watchmaking. I was a student in London when Frederick started working at Tag Heuer, Arnault recalls. We have a close relationship and he started talking to me about the new watches and all the different things he was working on. I was fascinated. And that's really the turning point. Once you start getting interested in it, it's a bit of a rabbit hole. He also became interested in vintage, picking up nuances such as how a dial change on a Rolex can completely destroy the value of the watch, or how you can tell a different generation of the same model of a Patek Philippe because the pushes are square not round. To those outside the world of watch collecting, such points may seem obscure, but they are crucial when trying to understand the vintage market, and, as he points out, the second-hand business for watches and jewelry is much bigger than for any other luxury category. This year will mark the 20th anniversary of the Tambour, Vuitton's signature bulbous, drum-like case. I am not a fan of the shape, but I am increasingly impressed by what's inside as the movements become more ambitious. Last year, Vuitton carried off 2 of the prizes at the Grand Prix d'Hologuerie de Genève, where I serve as president of the jury. It was another of Vuitton's watches, the Tambour Carpe Diem, that scooped the Audacity Prize for boldness in design and function. A pretty unusual, even confrontational watch costing £395,000, it features a time-telling skull entwined in the coils of a snake. The hours are visible through holes in the cranium, the minutes indicated by the serpent's tail. Uniting painstaking enamel work and ingenious mechanics, it shows what the Fabrique du Temps and its 2 preternaturally gifted senior watchmakers, Michel Navas and Enrico Berbisini, are capable of pulling off. Arnault says that this rather radical watch was created to show the level of work that the Fabrique du Temps had already been creating for private clients. He considers Vuitton's recent, in Swiss terms, arrival in watchmaking a benefit, in that the house doesn't have 150 years of watchmaking history polluting us, making us think we have to do something the way that we've done it 70 years ago. He clearly has ambitions for the watches to be more than simply another product category within Louis Vuitton. The goal is to talk to people inside the industry, fans of watches, and capture that segment of the market as well. At the end of our meeting, we stroll to one end of the light-bathed room, and over lunch Arnault pulls out his phone to show me renderings of pieces that he will be launching in 2023. Unfortunately, I promised not to reveal details, but suffice it to say, even a tambour skeptic such as I will see a new side to Louis Vuitton's watches.